After the Passover that Jesus spent with his disciples in the upper room, and here we are standing on top of an upper room similar to what Jesus had the Passover in. But on the way from the Passover feast to Gethsemane, he taught the disciples many lessons. We're going to read from John chapter 17. Jesus spoke these words, lifted up his eyes to heaven and said, Father, the hour has come. Glorify your Son, and your Son also may glorify you. You have been given authority over all flesh, that he should give eternal life to as many as you have given him. And this is eternal life, that they may know you, the only true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you have sent. I have glorified you on earth. I have finished the work which you have sent me to do. And now, O Father, glorify me together with yourself, with the glory which I had with you before the world was. And now here is Arie David to tell us more about this incident in the life of Jesus with his disciples.
Here we are on the top of the upper room, on the roof of the upper room. Here we are standing in the place where the Lord lifted his eyes to heaven and prayed this wonderful prayer that we have just heard the beginning of it. What were the incidents that brought Jesus up to this roof? Let us go back. Chapter 13 tells us that he invited the disciples to dine with him the supper, actually to celebrate the Passover meal, under me, one floor under me, in the place that is called the upper room. It was down there when he washed their legs, including the legs of Judah. It was down there when he told them, one of you will betray me, the one that I will put my pita bread in him. It was down there when he told Judah, what you are doing, do quick. And when Judah left, first time without the presence of Judah around him, he said, now the Son of Man will be glorified, and the Father will be glorified. And if the Father is glorified, the Son of Man will be glorified with him, and both will be glorified. 5 times Jesus mentions these wonderful words, will be glorified, that actually, if you understand the meaning, is be crucified. Down there, he let them ask him questions. 4 of them asked questions, like in every Passover meal. The first one was Peter. Then it was Thomas. Then it was Philippus. And then it was Judah, not Judah Iscariot, the other Judah. And down there, Jesus answered their questions. And in one of these answering, he said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. So these wonderful words of Jesus were said down here, under me. And then, after sharing with them chapter 13 and 14, what is the end of chapter 14? What are the 3 last words? Arise, let's go from here. So where they went, I have no doubt they climbed here. Why they climbed here? Because in those days, on every roof, almost every roof in Jerusalem, people had a vineyard, a small, one vine that gave them grapes. So here, I believe there was a little booth with vine, with grapes. Now we are in April. This is exactly the time where Jesus was, the time of the year that Jesus was here. And now standing under the grapes, in this time we are in the spring. You don't have yet the grapes. But what you have all the cutted pieces all around, because the man that owned this vine, he took care of the vine. So he pruned it. So when Jesus climbed up to the roof, he pointed to the vine and said to them, I am the true vine. So you can understand all happened here under this vine. I am the true vine. And all what is said in chapter 15 actually he pointed on the vine. Let me ask you a quick question. Was it dark outside? Was it light like now? Remember we talked about the feast of Passover. And the feast of Passover, when you take the feast, it takes you at least 2-3 hours to finish it. So Jesus could be here not before 9-10 o'clock at night. What was up? It was a big, beautiful moon in the sky. Now, when Jesus finished to share with them chapter 15, 16, we come to chapter 17, the one that we just arrived. So you understand what he's doing here. On the roof, under the beautiful vines, under the beautiful sky with the full moon, which gave a beautiful light, raising up his head to heaven and prayed. And this what we have just heard. He raised up his head and prayed, and again glorified the Father. What is the meaning of this? Topographically, we are standing on the most high place of Mount Zion, and in Jesus' time this was the highest place in the walls of Jerusalem. No higher place. So Jesus, standing on the roof, could see the city under him. He could see the temple a little bit to the left. He could see all the houses of the people that just were under him. Celebrate the Passover. And he is up there. Only the beautiful sky, beautiful moon above him. And here he made again the decision. And what was the decision? To leave this, the top of Jerusalem, the top of the highest place in Jerusalem, and go to the lowest place of Jerusalem, which is the Kidron Valley. So many times we say that Jesus left his home in heaven and came to earth. And he decided to do it willingly. But let us remember that it's not only one time that Jesus did it. He chose again and again to leave the place that he was and to go down. Here, he chose to leave this roof, to go down to the Kidron Valley and wait there for Judas Iscariot. Again and again, willingly, he chose to lower and lower and lower himself. At the end, to death. So chapter 18, verse 1 says that after they finished the time being here, they went down to the Kidron Valley. And down there, he asked the disciples, watch, and take care. Down there, he starts a new part in our chronological story. He gave himself to human beings to catch him. He's not anymore the Son of God as appearing here, but as Son of Man. He gave him totally to be under their arrest.